All right. Good afternoon. We are going to go over trades that I took today, and we're going to look at the daily and the levels, and then the 4 hour as well. And then we'll look at a lower time frame price action with other pieces of information. So just looking at the daily, we have a big Friday range, obviously, and we've been stuck in that. Okay. So we're looking at Thursday and Thursday points of interest. Let's go over here and just white this out. And we'll leave the previous day before, right? Because we're looking at previous day high and previous day low. Okay, so the day prior, these are some points of interest. And then now we have our Thursdays highlighted. Everything else is off. So we can just kind of look at this. Okay, as price has not been smashing through this, this has been like an order block, in my opinion. However, we have not been hitting it and driving lower with any velocity. Okay, staying in Friday's range, which tells me that they are waiting for a very specific news or event to present what's going to push price either out of the range higher or out of the range lower. But let's get into Thursday. Okay. Thursday, we open up and we have some points of interest here. So within the order block or the area that price has been rejecting, as we see from the previous day, it comes into the order block and rejects back down. We have Thursday high and a Thursday low. Okay. Um, Down here for lower targets, Thursday low, couple of Thursday highs right in here, Thursday open down here, and we have this Thursday fair value gap, which you can see a previous Thursday held the 50% of that. All right, so let's take it to the 4 hour and look at how the day played out. Okay, so here we have our previous day high, and we need to make this red because I'm just going to highlight the candle. That set the high and the low, and that was the 10 a.m. candle. Okay. Clean this up a little bit. Sorry, I like to have clean charts while I talk. Okay. So if we do a look back, we have price opens up right here, very small range. Okay. Very small range. We start driving out of this range. This level is basically holding. Okay. This previous high, close and open, is holding. We see price wicket, and then we see another move up. And over here we have a 10 o'clock open. Okay. And we have another 10 o'clock candle that ran this open. And so we have a low right in here as well. All right. So if we draw that out and look at that, the 10 a.m. open, as we're in the 10 o'clock candle right here, another 10 a.m. candle, matches up with this Thursday high and low. Okay. Which is above the previous day high, and another 4 hour candle. So now we're driving up, hitting a major confluence point of interest after running a major high. Okay. I wanted to see this candle drive down and finish through here, as that would potentially make the 2 o'clock candle want to drive just as hard and maybe get into this 2 p.m. candle over here. That's what I was hoping for. It did not happen. So I left it at just taking out the previous day low. Okay, but again, when price doesn't do something, that is indicative of it's not going to, like this candle not driving through here basically told me like, okay, we're probably not going to get a continuation of price really driving heavily into this candle. And I was kind of looking at something like, gosh dang it, come on baby. If I draw this out, the mean threshold of this candle body would target this low pretty much, or create equal lows. So I would target 50%. Okay, so as you can see, we went to the daily and the 4-hour, and we're framing trade setups, entries, and potential exits. Okay, now let's go to the 1 minute. All right, now let's start turning on some lower time frame stuff. Oh, this is on. Let's take this. Let's copy this. Let's copy this. All right. Okay, this starts putting a lot of lines on the chart. Okay. So again, we have, this is the overnight range. Okay, London going into New York Open. Even prior to, lots of consolidation. Okay. So if we're going to run and continue up, then typically the move would be consolidate, manipulate down real heavy, induce shorts, maybe run to 50% of Asia or the low, and then start driving up. Okay. However, we did not. We got the run higher first. Okay. Everyone following me? Look at this area. Let's zoom in. We have the Thursday high, the 10 a.m. open, and a Thursday low. Look at this nice little area sandwich. We have price drive up into there, a couple small candles, and then drive out. Okay, really showing a sensitivity of like, we're not moving higher. Okay, so drives below here, and then this leg up that ran in there, we get a full, pretty quick closure below that. So creates a false low. I'm just going to show you this. When price wants to go somewhere, it will not give you OTE. It will hit 50% and it will keep going. Okay. Can everyone see that? Okay. High, low, retrace to 50%, boom, drive lower. And immediately drives and takes out the low of this range. Okay. And then we, in this range that we created, okay, if we take the low and the 50% retracement, we get nice consolidation with little taps into 50%. Okay, kind of a drive out, but comes right back in. And then what happens? No move, consolidate, reaccumulate, Q3. Okay, so we get a Q3. We've already ran the higher time frame point of interest. If you follow Currency Merchant, I was also targeting this because typically this overnight session range, when it's consolidated, we usually run both sides. Notice how price stayed in here without running the low. Comes really close, but doesn't run the low. What does this do as its initial target run? Runs this low. Okay. What time does it finish? We finish at 11:30 Eastern, which starts the London close session. 11:30 to 12 is the last half an hour for London trade desk. Okay. We get a nice Q3 reversal. Then going into Q4, again, let's take this top of this to the bottom and look at that beautiful 50% retracement. Okay. I already have one up here. There we go. Okay. So I had this marked out from my trade as I wanted to see lower prices. So I got in here after this confirmed and then took it, and that was trade one. Let this go to 50%. Okay. We get up there, we immediately go below, enter on this candle, and we immediately drive back down to this low and close below these candle bodies. Fair value gap. Where do we start to consolidate? Around the next daily level. Okay. Boom. I was looking to add more at 50% of the London close range. Typically, we will see when price is going to trend directional after London closes, okay, 12 Eastern, we get price will retrace back up to somewhere near the 50% with a point of interest there. And there was a fair value gap that had been targeted. And so I was actually looking for a turtle soup of this. I had more entries right here and a turtle soup of this added right here. It did not do that today. As we start driving down, that's when we start adding. Okay, and I'm just adding 1 micro at a time. Get all the way down here to Thursday open and take profit. I still had partials on the table. Okay, was not expecting a huge deep retracement on this leg. Okay, so I took a little heat with the partial still on, but if you look at this, this felt like it took forever. Okay, 5-minute chart looks wonky right here too, but if you look at the deep retracement level 0.79 of the fib, we get near it, drive heavily away, work back up, close above it, oh, drive heavily away, work back up into it, reject, can't push higher out of this range above here. Okay, so on the on the contracts that I averaged up and still had on, because they were the average up contracts, they were a little bit lower. So I was technically now losing money when price came up here. However, I was very confident in this previous day low. And so when we got this big displacement through here, now I'm watching price action. Okay. So a couple fair value gaps that didn't get tapped, but this little one right here. So as we drive lower and we create equal lows, you can see I have marked out this range. And what do I want to see? I really want to see the 50% level pretty much hold price. And what's at the 50% level? Okay, we got this fair value gap. Boom. Okay, so as this drives above the 50% level, which is right here, and you can see that as price hits it, it wicks down, hits it, kind of wicks away, wicks up, closes down. One last push into the fair value gap. Okay, so now I'm adding contracts here again. In a little bit of drawdown still from the contract still on, but adding more as I like this looking like a sell model to previous day low. Okay, then we get some big pushes. So now it's adding, 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 adding. I am up to 25 contracts now as this is pushing down. I take 15 off right here. Okay, so the previous low, just in case we get a nice retracement up. I don't want the big amount of contracts to really move against me if we get some sort of like run this low, back up to 50%, then drive back down. Okay. So 15 goes off right here. As we get a push through here and price isn't, and then price kind of starts to retrace. Okay. So this little movement right here, what I have set is I have set um, contracts right here. I have 10 on, and then I add another 5 in here to bump it back up to 15, and then take another 15 here. Okay, and that was the trade. So again, I'm expecting, and you can see the daily levels. Okay, previous day low, 4-hour fair value gap. I'm sorry, Thursday fair value gap. It's marked in purple. Thursday opens. Okay, look at, we can see how price is reacting around these levels. When this drives up, look at price comes back and touches this Thursday high to keep pushing higher to get a deep retracement. All right, so I'm taking contracts off at these levels. So I'm adding, and then as price moves up and away, I'm looking for strategic places to add. My stop loss was going to be if this decided to V reversal and starts driving above this whole price leg. That was going to be where my added contracts were going to be stopped out at. Always draw fibs on price legs. When price is in a hurry, use your Gann box to create a 50. Okay. Because it's going to help you add in the proper locations. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about here? Okay, if we take that off, whoops, I got our fair value gap right there. Okay, I mean, if we Gann box this, okay, this high to this low, look where price is building. Comes up to 50%, drives back down. Comes up to 50%, wicks, comes down. Wicks up, one push, drive down. Okay. These are good signs that price is not wanting to push higher. And so once price hit previous day low, that was it. I was all out. And that is the framework using higher time frame levels, okay? Daily time theory, 4-hour time theory. When you have confluence like this, consolidation, accumulation, manipulation to a place that has heavy confluence, daily and 4-hour, really great aggressive place to find an entry. And it could just be targeting a range low or like this low right here. And you can aggressively add up. And you have multiple areas like we showed to give you 50% entries. So if you got in right here, look at that. Range, high, low, 50%. Boom, this is where you add. Add at the 50%. That way your initial line of where you're starting your entry, like if you take it down here, it's going to drop to 50%, which means you're going to come back around break even here. If you add here, now it splits the difference of here if you're using the same amount of contracts. So now you're up here still, and then price moves away. So you're capturing, you want to capture the highs of the retracements. Okay. All right. Hope that that was clear. Hope that everyone could follow me along. Um, and this is how I use daily time theory, 4-hour time theory, a couple other stuff from Currency Merchant, quarterly from JD, and just use fibs, Gann boxes to strategically add contracts. All right, you guys have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.